Hey everybody, welcome to your new moon in Leo astrology and tarot forecast with me, Stella Wilde, and Ariel. We're going to dive into these energies and how you can use them to set some new intentions for manifestation in your life. Stay tuned. So I am going to break this out by houses. So watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. If you don't know your rising sign, go to astro.com and get your natal chart generated. And of course, timestamps are in the description of the video and also in a pinned comment at the top. And of course, the new moon is on July 28th at 1:55 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. So this new moon is very exciting. It, of course, is in the sign of Leo, the sign of the heart, romance, creativity, and taking a calculated risk. So this new moon is very interesting. It is trining Jupiter, which in Aries, which goes retrograde the same day of the new moon. And Jupiter will be retrograde in Aries until I think it's about October 24th or 25th, and then he will go backtracking into Pisces. But what I find interesting about this energy signature is that you may, in fact, have a very interesting piece of luck brought to you from your past in some way. Now, of course, this is going to depend on where Aries is located in your chart, what house it occupies. But what I would say to work with the manifestation energies at this new moon is to look to a way you can, benefit from some sort of past association. Maybe a dream you had to put on hold or a project you couldn't quite complete at another time for whatever reason. There is a second chance opportunity is what I am feeling with this particular energy, especially one in which you may get pushed out of a comfort zone a little bit. Aries is about being brave, taking risks. And it's interesting that we have this energy also in our fifth house of risk taking right now with this new moon. Jupiter is about expanding your boundaries, really going for it. And of course, as I said, in Aries, being courageous. So it is time, I think, for many of us to take a dream off the back burner of our lives and put it front and center and make some magic happen that perhaps is long overdue. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on in your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, pleasure, risk-taking, and entrepreneurial activities, how you can set some intentions and manifest new things in this area of your chart, okay, and of your life. Let's find out, Aries, what you need to know. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Ten of Cups, which is kind of falling out of place here. And we have the Fool. Okay. Aries, this is really time, and it's been time, I think all through Cancer season, especially because we have the King of Cups showing up here, where, with that new moon in Cancer in your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you, you probably realize that you are in an emotional transition with this King of Cups. And you are really in an emotional transition in terms of what is going to make you happy, the Ten of Cups. Now, yes, that can be a relationship because this is happening in this new moon in Leo is happening in your fifth house of, love and romance. So it can be something about getting a fresh start with the Fool here in that area of your life. But the important thing is to set your intention from this place of emotional transition and clarity. Something has changed in your emotional life. What you want has changed. Your focus has changed. And I feel like there has been an emotional depth that has been stirred in you lately that maybe hasn't been as active, maybe, perhaps for the last 10 months to a year to even maybe 10 years. There is this, I'm getting this just the waves, right, of this Cancer and of this ship here, this roiling kind of waves of emotion that you have been surfing for a while, and you are ready, Aries. I think you are more than ready. This is, I think, especially apropos for my single Aries out there. You are more than ready for this new beginning and to find somebody you can share your life with. Now, in terms of other things, the fifth house is about, of course, creativity as well, and entrepreneurship. So you may have been flirting emotionally with starting some sort of creative project, starting maybe some sort of business, in order to feel totally fulfilled. Ten of Cups. It's not so much about the money. Yes, money's important, but I think you're really wanting some personal satisfaction. Ten of Cups isn't always about relationships. It can just be the ultimate in personal happiness. So, but again, I think it's the idea that you've been through this emotional transition of saying, I've got to put my ultimate personal happiness to the forefront of my life. And that is going to require from you a brand new beginning. And with the Fool showing up here, this is time really to take the risk or lose the chance. This is really about going on a brand new road that maybe, yes, we see a crocodile down here, maybe a little scary, push you out of a comfort zone, but you've got Jupiter in your sign. And this is the, beneficial angel on your shoulder, the guardian that is going to see you through anything that may seem just a little scary right now. It's okay. Change can be scary. New things can be scary, but you're an Aries. You can handle it. Okay. So, but the thing is like, I think it's the idea of really setting this intention that emotionally you can take this risk. You can handle whatever comes up emotionally as you go for this new personal happiness in these fifth house areas of your life. Because sometimes, it's not that Aries runs away from emotions, but Aries usually are much more comfortable with, taking action. Aries would rather do nice things for you than necessarily sit around and write love poems and tell you they love you 20 times a day. Okay. I mean, and again, I'm speaking in generalities, but what I feel is going on here, it's time to get on the road, take action toward these new areas of your life in this fifth house, and also really realize that you are ready emotionally to do this. It's more about telling yourself, I am ready to take that emotional risk, because you have been through, I really want to emphasize this, you have felt the sea change happen in your life in Cancer season. You felt the positive movement. You felt you were riding the waves to a new shore, and you have. You are, I think, really primed for an exciting new adventure, Aries, with these energies. And the thing to just keep remembering is this what's going to make me happy? Ten of Cups. That's all that matters. Is this really going to make me happy? And is this really opening a door for me to a brand new destination, the Fool? Whether it's a new romantic destination, a new creative destination, a new business destination, something new you're starting, whatever it is. It's time to get yourself out of a comfort zone of maybe doing everything yourself also. This could also be some sort of creative partnership, setting an intention to, connect with other like-minded people in your industry, etc., to create some brand new things. So you don't have to know all the answers yet. You can go on faith, the Fool here. And most of all, again, it's back to that, it's a lot easier to go on faith when we're really tuned in and really use the North Node compass of our own personal happiness as the way to figure out our destination, as a way to move forward. So if you do that, you keep putting that Ten of Cups at the forefront of your consciousness as your compass, you're going to get there. So enjoy the journey. This is very exciting. Set your intentions. I think the most important thing from this reading is to, allow yourself also to be emotionally vulnerable with that Ten of Cups. Okay. So I do think it's going to maybe involve another person, not necessarily romantic unless that fits your life. But this can also be Ten of Cups, reaching out to larger groups of people. This could also be something to do with your children and family, like connecting a bit more deeply, a bit more emotionally, to create some exciting new developments in your life. So very, very positive, Aries. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on for you with this new moon in Leo, how you can use these energies for your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. That is our fourth house. Let's find out. Whoops, look what flipped right over as I was shuffling. Ace of Wands. Let's set that aside for the moment. It's a good card to pop out. All right, Taurus. Ariel's concentrating. What do we got? We have a 3 of Cups. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups, and we have our Ace of Wands. So 2 number 8s here. All right. So what I'm feeling is August, and of course, we're going to be in August in only a few short days. Can you believe it already? Because we have the 2 8s here. There is going to be a happy change. I think that is really what the intention is here at this new moon. You really want a happy and rapid change in that 4th house area. There is likely going to be one thing replaced by another. This could happen. You may get the news with this Ace of Wands that is what's going to be happening for you. And you may get that news right after the new moon as we get into the first week of August, within the first 8 days of August. But it also could be about 8 months from now with these 2 8s showing up, which would take us to Pisces season, which is the 3 of Cups that's showing up here. So it just depends on your situation. You may really finally realize and understand that if you want to have true happiness and celebration and feel more joy in this 4th house area, 3 of Cups, that something's got to give, something's got to change, and you've got to start being the agent of that change with this 8 of Wands and putting all your feelers out there to make something happen for yourself. So this could be the type of thing where, maybe your home has gotten too small for you and you need to move, or you need to sell, or you need to renovate, but you haven't really found a person to do that yet. You've just been saying, it'd be good if we added on another room or we did this or that, but you haven't done anything about it yet for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. There's something here about emotionally kind of getting off your toadstool. You're just kind of, sitting there and really, getting going with something and realizing that if you want it to change, you've got to be the agent of change. This Ace of Wands suggests this at this Leo season, this is when you're going to get the green light from the universe as well. Now, there could be some good news coming in that shows you exactly what you need to do, what you need to leave behind, how to get off the toadstool. I keep thinking of Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. I keep thinking about that nursery rhyme. So it's like, you're going to get the information of how to get off your tuffet. Google it. And, make the change that you want to have happen. Emotionally, it may be a little rough though. I don't want to say rough. Maybe that's too strong a word, but it's not just going to be, just la la la. There is some emotional stuff to maybe deal with, wrestle with, and put in its place, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be absolutely worth it to you. And actually it is time to do that. So, you may be leaving behind some, old place of living, some old habits of living, for something that can be a lot more positive and a lot more energizing for you. There could also be somebody who's moving on from the family unit as well. And then maybe not necessarily you, but this could be a child going off to school. As an example here with these energies, which often happens around the August time period. You're going off to college or something like that, university. And there will be a little bit of an adjustment here with this 8 of Cups. There will maybe a little bit of a hole to be filled. Like if you've been used to their energy in the house or driving them to soccer practice or whatever it might be, it's like you're going to have to kind of recalibrate to that absence, right? 8 of Cups and kind of redirect your energies. So there may be something like that also that, setting the intention that, you will make a positive change with whatever is going on with this particular situation. Like you won't just sit around and feel sad or mope. I mean, do it if you need to do that. But, you may get out more, wanting to connect with people to kind of fill that void, especially if you're going through an empty nest or something like that. So it could be something like that going on. But what I feel here is that a very positive change is on the horizon for you in terms of your home life and what is nourishing you and feeding you. And what is nourishing you and feeding you, I think, is more connections with like-minded people, 3 of Cups, that you get out and about a lot more. Also, Taurus, maybe out of the home a little bit more and plant some new seeds for social connections. So, yes, the 4th house is associated with the moon, and our home, family roots, etc. But it's also about what nourishes us and what feeds us. And while Taurus can, yes, enjoy their home life, there's something here where I think you also need connections with some like-minded people to nourish and feed your artistic self, which is what this is over here. This could also be physical activities as well with the Eight of Wands. So it could also be like a group that gets together to play tennis or go golfing or, work out at the gym, whatever. And it may be a little tough with the Eight of Cups to kind of just get in this new habit and routine, but I think you're realizing that is what you need and it's going to be very good for you. So you may want to set some intentions around that as well. So I think this is going to be very, very positive for you. The key here for me is to start something new in this area of your life. All right. And to welcome other people's positive energy. If they're not positive, don't welcome it, of course, but positive energy. And to maybe not think too much about next steps. Just go on your instinct with this Eight of Wands. Go with where the universe is showing you to direct your energy and do the best you can to navigate the little bit of emotional change that may be going on with this, the emotional energy. But August is going to be important for you. I would say the first 8 days. So keep that in mind also, Taurus. All right, Gemini, we have a new moon happening in your third house of communications, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, and also transportation. This is also about your daily habits and routines. So you need a new car, set an intention for that. This new moon is ruling your third house. You got some new communications projects, marketing, writing projects you want to get done, Gemini. This is a great time to set intentions for that. All right, let's see what we need to know for you, Gemini. We have the Tower and we have the Three of Wands. Interesting because that is your third house. We got the Leo and the number 3. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, Gemini. There is some very important new fresh start that you have been kind of looking toward the horizon on. I would say even going back to Aries season, end of March of this year, you have been wanting to start something. Maybe you have already started it, or because again, Jupiter's retrograde at this new moon. So maybe you started something, but you couldn't quite finish it, or you could only dabble a little with it. It didn't really get off the ground. I feel like there is some major brainwave surprise door swinging open for you with this particular third house matter, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, etc. That it's not over. It is not over. This vision, this idea, this project, this yearning you have had in this area of your life could have a very surprising manifestation. It's about being open to the unexpected, the unpredictable, which Gemini tends to be. I mean, you really can kind of go with the flow as a mutable sign. The key here is this Five of Pentacles. This is very interesting as the last energy that showed up here. And notice how both of these energies are looking that way. And for me, that way, that's the left, that is the past. So, and even this girl's looking back. With this Five of Pentacles, because maybe this situation hasn't taken off yet, it hasn't come into view yet, she's looking, is it here yet? Can I get back to it yet? Because it hasn't happened yet, you may be in this doubting frame of mind, the Five of Pentacles. Pentacles for me are about self-esteem. There could be something like, and this can happen to all of us, it's not exclusive to Gemini, like when something doesn't happen when we think it should, or in the way we think it should happen, we sometimes doubt, is it right for us? Or maybe I did something wrong, or, with my manifestation work, or I'm not good enough, or, all those, stupid scripts we run on ourselves. So I think it's really important for you to make sure when you set this intention at this new moon to, kind of renew your faith in this vision for yourself in this area of your life, that you do so without this shadow hanging over you. You do deserve this. This is right for you. It's just that the timing may have been off. Don't take it personally, Five of Pentacles, and feel bad about yourself because it hasn't quite manifested yet. So I would say, especially because Jupiter is going retrograde, revisit that dream. It is not too late. It is not over. All right. So check this. Make sure that you're not dwelling in this energy, and really focus your intention on being open to a very surprising, I think, a very surprising manifestation from the universe. I don't think this is going to look like what you expect. So be open to that. The tower is not always bad. I feel like I have to say that every time the tower comes out, because everybody has this view of, gloom and doom and destruction. The tower can be some sort of mind-blowing idea. It is connected with Uranus. It is connected with electricity, just downloads from the universe that spark our imagination, spark our brain into coming up with innovative solutions. So I really think there could be an unexpected news, unexpected, very cool idea you come up with. There is a surprise element here that I think can be very, very favorable for you. So as you set your intention, if you write an affirmation or whatever, affirm that you are open to whatever beautiful and bountiful surprise that the universe would like to show you or manifest for you in connection to this situation that you have been really looking forward to and waiting on manifesting. So I just think it's going to be a little bit different than what you're thinking, but you're going to still love it, Gemini. All right, Cancer. So we have a new moon in your second house of show me the money, and also self-esteem and your values. So this is the time to set some intentions for your security needs, for your finances, etc. All right. And with Jupiter going retrograde in your 10th house, there you have career. There could be some interesting opportunities that come back to you from the past. It may be a good time to revisit a money-making opportunity from your past, professional connections from your past, etc. All right, let's see what we got. Cancer. The Ace of Pentacles. What do you think, Ariel? That's pretty good. The Five of Wands and the High Priestess. All right. All right. This is what I feel is going on. I think there's some sort of internal struggle going on over deciding of the many different things that you could do. Many different opportunities, possibilities. I mean, you're a multi-talented person, Cancer. You're very talented. I feel like you just haven't allowed yourself, perhaps, to claim the one true thing that you truly want to invest your energy into for making money and what you really value. Yes, Ariel is agreeing. She's agreeing with this. She's off to find the one true thing she values, which is her crunchy treats. Okay. So this is the intention to focus in on. The thing that has deep roots that can grow for you. And this thing, as I said, with Jupiter going retrograde in that 10th house, may have deep roots in your past in some way. This is the energy to really rectify and figure out, what's going on. So that you can set the clear intention to manifest. It's the Pentacles showing up, which we are talking about our second house of money here, Cancer. So you can really zero in and focus with clarity, intention, and joy on that which can grow enormously for you. This is what's got to be figured out. Five of Wands, internal struggles. Maybe you're trying to move different puzzle pieces around. Maybe there needs to be a whole new puzzle that goes back to your past. Maybe you're trying to make do with something. Maybe you're trying to have the ends justify the means. There could be something like that going on. I feel like there is something that you just haven't claimed for yourself with the High Priestess here. There's something that I think you're even, I don't want to say you're hiding it from yourself, but I feel like you push it to the back burner, or you just don't really claim it for yourself. There may need to be an emotional sea change. You may need to come out of hiding with yourself. And that can happen with us. Like we can, especially with the Five of Wands next to this, I feel like there's a lot of emotional justification that may be going on to pursue something that isn't really right for you. And you intuitively do know it's not right for you because to be in denial, you have to have some idea of what reality is. And that's why you go into denial. I think there's a little bit of denial going on here, and trying to justify to yourself. That's why we have this internal conflict of why you're choosing a particular thing when it's probably not what you want. So because remember, second house is also values. You may need to re-examine what really is valuable and important to you to plant this seed. This seed has, got to grow in rich, fertile soil of like I said, of joy and clarity and excitement, rather than this. You keep trying to spin she's trying to, reposition these people. But it's the same old, same old. That's the same thing going around and around. And this girl may be hiding, from her own true desires. But you do know what your own true desires are. It's time to claim them. That's what I feel. Set this intention, Cancer, at this new moon in Leo, to really focus your energy on your authentic heart's desire. You do know what it is. You've been, spinning, maybe trying not to admit it to yourself. But if you really want a change in your finances, that to me is the way to go, and use this energy at this new moon in Leo. All right, especially too, keep in mind the Jupiter retrograde in that 10th house. It may be time to resurrect a dream, resurrect a goal, resurrect a business relationship that could really help you plant that big seed also. So, yeah, it's going to, of course, depend on your personal situation, but don't get caught up. And also don't get caught up, I feel, justifying Five of Wands, to other people and what may be going on with you as well. There is something here, I think, of keeping your own counsel. I don't think that you're going to figure this out by running to other people to help you figure it out. This is an internal process. This is something that you really need to figure out and claim, for yourself. You got to get real with yourself. There's something here with this High Priestess, so that this Ace of Pentacles can happen for you. Because this is, I think, once you get the clarity on this is something you're going to be involved with for at least the next year. The Ace of Pentacles showing up here. So, invest your time wisely. That's the other thing. Don't get caught up in all sorts of other people's dramas and shenanigans as a way to distract yourself from what you need to do for yourself. All right, Leo, we have a new moon in your first house of the self, of the body, of how other people see you, your goals, your personality. So let's see what we need to know for you. Your presentation of self in everyday life. Let's see what we need to know for you, Leo, to set some new intentions at your personal new moon. Leo 2.0 coming on through. What does Leo need to know? The Page of Wands and the Five of Cups and the Tower. Okay. All right. So something is coming to shake you up out of an emotional situation that may have been going on for the last 5 months to 5 years. You are embarking upon a brand new journey with this Page of Wands here. A brand new way of looking at your life and what is possible for you. There is something, because he has his magnifying glass here, there is something to look at a little more closely. Some close self-examination about putting certain emotional situations into perspective. This Five of Cups. You may be dwelling too much, again, it's a general reading, but you may have been dwelling a little too much on what you have lost, on the glass half empty, rather than on what is still possible for you. So at this new moon, it's going to be important for you to shift out of this Five of Cups energy and surprise yourself, the Tower, with some sort of, new and authentic revelation by some, close examination of your life about a new direction you'd like to move in. I also feel like it's very possible there could be some very interesting news from the universe that helps you let go of something that has been very disappointing. And that does help you move in a very surprising direction and frees you in some way with the Tower here. Now, the Tower, of course, is associated with Uranus. Uranus is in your 10th house of career right now. So this may have something to do with letting go of a disappointing career situation and moving in a brand new direction. Now, again, this new moon is about setting the intention to do that. Would you be open, because you are a fixed energy, would you be open to some sort of exciting new career change, as an example, 10th house, even if it's not exactly what you had in mind? Sometimes we get very fixated. Anybody with fixed energy, I got Mercury in Taurus, I get very fixated. It's fixed energy with my Mercury, my way of thinking. So too, any fixed energy can get very tunnel vision about what they absolutely want, which that's fine, but we do need to be a little flexible in terms of what the universe brings to us, because it often brings us something better than what our tunnel vision was expecting. So what I'm feeling here is, can you also set the intention, Leo, to allow yourself to move in a surprising new direction, even if it doesn't look like what you think it should look like, especially for your career, okay? So I think the issue here is, how can you get yourself out of an emotional rut, set the intention for adventure, exploration, surprising yourself with these two energies here, and letting your hair down a little bit. I'm also feeling that maybe you haven't done that in a while. When's the last time, Leo, you did something kind of a little wild and crazy? I mean, we're not talking anything illegal or anything like that, but I mean, just something that does get you out of a comfort zone. Maybe, some sort of adventure or travel, or I know a lot of people have not been traveling because, we know what's been going on. But just, some sort of adventure that makes you feel free, that liberates you in some way and liberates you away from any sort of sadness that may have been lingering. This is 5 of Cups is on its way out. It absolutely is. But it is important for you to set that intention to let it go. There is a season to everything, including this 5 of Cups. So let yourself be set free. Tell yourself, I am ready. Tell the universe, I am ready to be set free and on to my next glorious adventure. All right, Virgo, you have a new moon in your 12th house of things hidden behind the scenes, your subconscious, things kind of coming out of the woodwork, so to speak. So let's see, setting some intentions, I think, to clear your mind, clear some limiting beliefs, that type of thing. Maybe some ways in which you may sabotage yourself. That's very much a 12th house matter. So let's see. Let's see, Virgos, what you need to know about this new moon in Leo. What do we have? We have the King of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So I think that you are wanting to set an intention to get some clarity around perhaps family finances, financial matters, your financial stability. 10 of Pentacles, long-term investments, group activities that involve finances. But again, this is more like family-oriented things. Interesting in this deck, notice the King of Swords here has one eye covered by this blackbird, crow, whatever the bird is. I feel like this new moon is going to help you be a little more open-minded about what you need to do to make a decision about your finances. I think you've only been allowing yourself to see part of the issue or part of the information. The information may have even been withheld from you for some reason. I mean, that's possible. But King of Swords is, of course, about being analytical, which you very much can be, Virgo. Having clarity of mind, communication, and focus. So what I'm feeling, though, is that there is something to be decided and even something to be cleared away. The Ace of Swords also cuts things loose. So, and because we have the mind, the ultimate mind card showing up here because it's the king, you just may not have all the information or the right idea. You're going to get the clarity. So I would set the intention to get the clarity of, he has a key in his hand, the exact right information you need to shift a limiting belief, to shift something with your finances, to open up to bounty, to what is possible for you, 10 of Pentacles. And perhaps there may be some new idea that comes to light, that comes through your subconscious, perhaps in the dream world, of how you can do this. I feel like a solution is imminent. All right, this is the thing, to set the intention for the solution, the Ace of Swords. So the new idea that's going to help you manifest this financial stability that you want, this, whatever you need to cut loose from your subconscious limiting beliefs that will help you manifest what you want. You may need to cut out somebody in your life. That's possible too with the King of Swords here. Maybe an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that is not on board with what you need to do for yourself in terms of your finances, your real estate, things like that, your investments. So, this could be that you may be cutting somebody loose or out of your life who has been holding you back from achieving what you really need to achieve. There could be some contractual, because of the swords here, there could have been a contractual obligation to somebody that's kept you held back, 12th house, that's kind of kept you hidden or behind the scenes in some way. That's possible. That's kept you restricted. 12th house can often be restrictions and delays as well. So there could have been something like that was going on that, you want to set your intention at this new moon to be finally free of that energy, so that you can claim your prosperity, that you can claim the ultimate stability and prosperity for yourself. This may have been a drag on you. And this could have been going on for the last year. This could even be something that started 10 years ago with the 10 of Pentacles here. I feel like with the Capricorn energy here, I feel by the time we get to Capricorn season, all of this has absolutely been firmly dealt with and rectified in your life. There may be a little bit of a process to go through here with this. But I feel like if you are wanting to be released from some sort of obligation, that is forthcoming for you. If you set that intention and you positively work with this energy, and you may have to be the initiator of it. The ace here. The aces for me are about the self. So with this Ace of Swords, you hold the key in your hand, Virgo, to get this situation rectified for yourself. And it doesn't just have to be business. This could also be something personal. This could be a family financial connection. Maybe something went sour in a family way with finances. Money and family sometimes can be tricky. So it could even be something like that where you're trying to extricate yourself from a family financial obligation. It may take a little time to do that, but your ultimate goal, I think, will be achieved by Capricorn season, but you have to do it. You have to get your mind, your energy, your intentions in the game, and not hold your own self back either. All right, 12th house. Don't sabotage yourself with this and be like, oh, well, it's not so bad, or, oh, they didn't mean it, or whatever. Because sometimes this energy can be a little manipulative. Every energy has its positives and its not so positives. And this King of Swords can sometimes be a little ruthless, especially with guilt tripping and manipulation. So, don't minimize either. If you have that situation going on in your life, don't sabotage yourself with this 12th house energy, and don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Take that key firmly in your hand, Ace of Swords about the self, and make that change happen for yourself, Virgo. All right, so set that intention at this new moon in Leo to free yourself from an obligation that is probably no longer very good for you. All right, Libras. So we have a new moon in your house of hopes and wishes and dreams. Isn't that exciting? So it's time to dream big, or bigger, if you dare. We also have Jupiter going retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So I'm really feeling that some of you who've wanted some sort of second chance in a connection, does not necessarily have to be romantic, could be a friendship, could be a business connection. If that's been a wish of yours, set that intention at this new moon in particular. Okay? Because Jupiter could indeed bring you a beautiful opportunity from your past connection, if that's been your wish. All right, let's see. Libras. So what do we need to know? The 8 of Swords and the 3 of Cups and the King of Swords, your energy. Now in this deck, we have male and female kings. All right. joy is right around the corner for you. It's coming on in. The thing is, right, we got the Eight of Swords first, which swords are your energy. Eight of Swords is about busting out and busting loose out of this cage that we keep ourselves trapped in, right? Because you could free yourself at any moment. All this little angel has to do is just rise up. You got to rise up, Libra. It's time to rise up and claim your joy. Here's your Three of Cups: joy, celebration, romance, happiness, connection with other people, artistic self-expression. And here's your energy. And look at this gorgeous card here with all these beautiful lights. Look at this. All right, and her magic wand there. So it is time to be lit up with joy. That's what I'm feeling. But you're your own worst enemy when it comes to that, because of this Eight of Swords coming out first. So you could be overthinking, overanalyzing. You may be kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't deserve this. Is this the right time for this wish? Wishes don't come true. It didn't happen before. Why is it going to happen now? All of that, that goes on in your brain. So this Eight of Swords, it's time to bust loose, bust out of the cage. And that is also an energetic influence with this Jupiter in Aries, which is about bravery, being courageous, taking risks, pushing yourself out of a comfort zone. So you could have been stuck in something that was, miserable for you. Eight of Swords is, not a great energy. You could have been very miserable, but it was better the hell you knew than something you had no idea about. So, but again, it's about your own mindset. So this new moon, it's very important. This wish, it's, with Jupiter in your 7th house, this wish is going to take you out of a comfort zone. And you know this. I think that's another reason why this energy is showing, your energy is showing up. You do know that it's down to you to bust out of this. Nobody can do it for you. You've got to do it for yourself. And I think, you know this. And I think as long as you set that intention that you will do whatever it takes to follow the light and not the darkness. Because look, this energy, this looks like the darkness to me, but the light is kind of dawning over here. So you're getting there. You're getting there. And I would say within 3 weeks, this beautiful Three of Cups. Definitely by Scorpio season. By the end of October, November, you're going to be in this Three of Cups for sure. Okay. It may take longer for some than others, right? Everything's a process. But for this wish to manifest. But if you really set that intention that you're going to free yourself from this cage, even though you may be a little nervous about doing it, even though you've been kind of rationalizing to yourself, better the hell you know than what you don't know, you're going to realize, you're going to start feeling it and seeing it, that is just keeping you stuck, that justification. Your heart is yearning for light and magic and beautiful joy and connection. Three of Cups and celebration. And the other thing is, I think you're going to feel very proud of yourself. That's the other thing for me with the Three of Cups. You're going to be just feeling, because your energy is showing up next to it, very proud of yourself that you are moving toward the light. And I don't just mean the light in terms of, the light, but also you're moving toward an emotional lightness of being. This could have been some heavy stuff that you were stuck in. And you're going to start choosing to, mentally free yourself from it, leave it behind so that you can move toward a much more joyous and lighthearted and creative and fun situation in your life. So set your intention, for manifesting that particular type of wish at this new moon in Leo. Scorpio, new moon in Leo, happening in your 10th house of career and calling, and also your status in life. And by status, I mean, think of your relationship status, your status update on Facebook or some other social media. So it's kind of like that. So this is a time to set some new goals, new intentions for these areas of your life. All right. So let's see what we need to know about that for you, Scorpio. Find out. We have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Wow, look at all these pentacles showing up. All right. This is interesting. I think the best way to work with this energy, to set your intention, is to dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper with this Page of Pentacles. Go back. I'm feeling there's something to go back to the drawing board on. All right. Now, and the reason I'm saying that is both of these energies are facing my left. It may not show up for you that way on camera, but facing the left, which is for me the past. Three of Pentacles is for me an architecture, a structure card, a blueprint, building blocks, etc. And with Jupiter retrograde in your 6th house of work and well-being, there's something to go back on the drawing board about in regards to your work, career, calling. Now, it could be a creative project with the Three of Pentacles showing up here. It could be your workplace. If you have been wanting to get back into a certain line of work that you did in the past, if you are wanting to go back to a certain workplace, work colleagues that you connected with in the past, or work for a boss you worked for in the past, all right, this is the time to set that intention with these energies that are coming up and with Jupiter going retrograde in that 6th house as well. But there is something here of digging deeper. There may be a piece of information you need to uncover that will be a key strategic piece to this blueprint, to this plan. Now, this also goes for, whatever you're doing for your career. This could be some sort of creative project because of the 3 here. So this could be writing, speaking, teaching, marketing, sales. It could also be something like that, especially if you're self-employed, have your own business, or you do those types of things for your business. There could be more information that you need to uncover in terms of those areas to make that happen, to make that work for you. I feel by the time we get to Virgo season, because we have this strong earth energy coming out here. So it's about 3 weeks, we'll be in Virgo season. All right, with this Three of Pentacles, you are likely to be moving forward on this plan. It may take until Capricorn season, maybe right at the solstice, winter solstice, for the fruits to start coming in with this particular thing. All right. Because we have the Knight of Pentacles in the middle, he is slow and steady wins the race. That's okay. But I think the key with this energy is to set the intention that you have a solid plan behind you. This is not necessarily a time to go willy-nilly or to go solely on your intuition. Now, we know Scorpio is legendary for their intuition, so I'm not saying anything against your intuitive faculties. But with this energy, this is saying, base whatever you're doing on solid facts, figures, and intel and information. And yes, you may need to sift through that information with your intuition, of course. But this is a solid structure plan that you need in place to move forward and realize some sort of new or revisited career intention, career goal that you want to achieve. So take your time with this. I'm just really feeling to set the intention that you will get the information you need. You will dig deeper and get the solid facts and figures, and also making a plan for yourself. Like a concrete plan that you actually write down. This would be great, especially if you want to start a business. Write the business plan. Set the intention at this new moon and the few days up to Virgo season. I'm going to be working on my business plan. My business plan will be ready to go by Virgo season. Or by the same token, if you want to get back in an industry that you have worked in before, or that you worked with somebody before, revise the resume, revise the CV, dig deep and find out, well, it may have changed since the last time you worked in that industry or with that person. Get that information, find out, so again, set the intention that you are going to do what it takes to dig deep and find what you need to find to make this a solid go plan for yourself. And I think, like I said, by Virgo season, you should start to have some movement. You may even have some good news with the Page of Pentacles here on what you're working toward manifesting in this area. All right, Saggies, let's find out what we need to know for you for setting your intentions in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. New moon in that area of academia, publishing, international travel, international business, just really getting out of a comfort zone, expanding your world. Saggies. Let's see. What do we need to know? We have the King of Cups and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Gorgeous, the 6 of Wands. Okay. So, very interesting. What I'm feeling here with this particular energy, because we're just coming out of Cancer season. Of course, we have the King of Cups here. We have an emotional gateway. We have some roiling seas, as I said to one of the other signs, I got this. We have a passageway, an emotional passageway. So you are ready for an emotional transition in your life in this 9th house area. Like you want to expand emotionally. You want to also expand your work in some way. Or work on expanding your joy, because we have a 6 of Wands here. Work on expanding and showing up in the world, 6 of Wands, in a new, joyful way, in a way that lets other people know this is what I'm about, this is what I'm capable of, this is how I can be a leader, etc. So, but in this deck in particular, because of the hummingbird, it is about joy and it is also about communication. All right, hummingbirds are associated with the throat chakra. So, and with the 8 of Pentacles here, this could be something about writing and publishing, because that is also associated with the 9th house. There could be something here about you being in a leadership role, in speaking, sharing your truth with other people, whatever that might be, whatever way you do that. Setting the intention to let go of some ways that you may have turned down opportunities before, you may have been stuck in an emotional comfort zone, and really working on, look at all these beautiful butterflies of transformation, of transforming your life. And sometimes it does take a little work to do that, right? Especially if we're going from a place where we felt safe and secure, where we're getting out of a comfort zone to pursue something that, requires us to step up and out into the world a little bit more and be seen a little bit more and communicate a lot more as well. So I love this for you. This is really about allowing yourself to be the authority of your life also. All right, 6 of Wands. And to let other people know, this is what I'm about. This is what is important to me right now. This is how I'm transforming my life. You may need to have an important conversation with some people in your world, not necessarily, I mean, it depends on, what you're doing and who's in your world, that, this is my priority right now. This is what I am working on. And this, like I said, whether this is personal transformation, whether this is something you're trying to transform in your work life, like maybe you have a really important career goal that you want to work on because it's going to expand your world to do it. Whatever the case may be, you may need to be like, look, this is my priority right now. I have to change my emotional focus, more toward what I need to do for myself right now. So there could be something going on there with an emotional shift in your world with this King of Cups. But maybe a water sign could be possible, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it could just be that there's a rite of passage going on as well, that an important relationship is changing in your life in terms of you may not be able to be there for that person as much as maybe you were before, because you're going to be concentrating your energies, as I said, more on something joyful, joyous, that's going to expand your world, whatever that means for you. So I love these energies for you. Set the intention. I really think this is important to focus on you, Sag. All right. And something that really you want to pour your heart and soul into. This may be very artistic, especially from this card here, where she has a paintbrush in her hand. And again, with the throat chakra. So it could be a writing situation, artistry, whatever your artistry is. This could also be something where it's really time for you to work on getting your art, your creativity, your personal self-expression out into the world. You may be called to really step up in some very important way with international business, international travel, with academia, with the writing and the publishing, maybe in some sort of, if you're in the spiritual world as well, because ninth house can be metaphysics, things like that, to really bring your truth before the people. All right. So especially if you've been wanting to do that, if you've been wanting to be more visible, this is the time to set the intention to do that and really making yourself and that intention the priority. That is the key to setting your intention, I think, at this new moon in Leo. All right. Because a lot of times, Sagittarius, you have such beautiful, enthusiastic energy, and you can be a wonderful cheerleader for other people. That's one of the things I personally love about Sagittarius energy. But now it's time to be the cheerleader a little bit more for yourself. Okay? So set that intention. Capricorn, you have a new moon in your 8th house of transformation, physical, mental, emotional, financial, other people's money. This is a deep house. We're talking about Capricorn 2.0. How can you set an intention to deeply transform your life? Two of Cups. Oh my God, it's jumping all over the place. Two of Cups just popped out. Let's set that aside. That's happened to a couple of signs in this reading where cards jumped out like that. All right, let's see what we need to know. Could be a new relationship on the horizon for you, Capricorn. Ooh, King of Cups, maybe with a water sign. The Strength card, our Leo energy. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is your energy. Okay. Wow. So there has been, you're on the cusp of a major sea change in your life, a major emotional transformation as this goes through this doorway. And we have the 8th house energy showing up here with the Leo. And then we have your energy. So interesting. Now, Ten of Pentacles can be, yes, financial stability. So this may have something to do with your finances, especially long-term investments, money, other people's money, that type of thing, like dealings with banks and mortgages and things of that nature. So it could be that you want to set the intention to have some sort of agreement with the Two of Cups here for some sort of, big financial transaction. Big, because it's the Ten of Pentacles. And you've been patient about it. You've been waiting on it. Your heart is into it. Like you're ready to, this is a very strong desire because the Strength card is showing up here to have this happen. And maybe you were on the fence with it before, but Cancer season has really brought it to the forefront that you are ready to make this emotional commitment, this financial commitment to get on board with this. So for some of you, this may be a financial situation going on. Others of you, it may have something to do with sharing your resources with a significant other. And it could be a new significant other coming in. This could be it's not just a love relationship. It's also one that is built on financial obligations because the Ten of Pentacles is showing up here. This is a solid connection, whatever this is. It is based in goodwill with the Strength card here. And I do feel like whatever this is, and it may take a little bit to manifest. You might start seeing it percolate in Leo season, but it could take till your birthday with the Ten of Pentacles here. This is based in a very strong connection. This is a good connection. It's very heartfelt. The energies are very simpatico. So if this is a, emotional connection, romantic, physical intimacy, it's not just like physically sharing your world with someone, because this is a lusty card, the Strength. So it's not just, oh, I lust for you. It's also, though, you're solid. I'm solid. This relationship is solid. There is an investment in the relationship. It's not just physical. So that may be the change, the transformation that has happened as well that, we're talking about over here with this card. If before, Capricorn is a very, very earthy energy. Sometimes Capricorn, yes, just satisfies their earthly desires. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now it's also like the transition that may have happened for some of you is I don't want just the earthy stuff. I also want the heartfelt stuff. I want the solid commitment. That's what the Ten of Pentacles is also when we're talking about relationships. This is, for me, you know, as I like to say, you know, it's not a fly-by-night, flibberty-gibbet type person or connection. This is somebody that you could spend a long time with, marry even perhaps if that's your situation. So whatever we're talking about here, the transformation, you know, to set the intention may have also been on your part. Like you are ready for something serious and committed and do whatever it takes emotionally, financially, and, you know, with your heart and with your body. I mean, really putting your whole physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial energies into some sort of transformative new connection. And it doesn't just have to be romantic. This can also be business related because, you know, we're talking about the 8th house, other people's money. So it could be also, especially with this and this, can be a significant new commitment, contractual negotiation, contractual commitment you make with another person or entity to make something really happen in your world that could be extremely significant with the Ten of Pentacles showing up here. So fantastic. So in my opinion, in setting this intention, it's really about, you know, what your heart wants, of course, with the Strength card here, and also what your soul and spirit wants, and then also what your practical nature wants out of this particular connection. But it's the 8th house. It's going to be, I really feel like this is, with these energies coming out, it's going to be connected with another person's energy in a very significant way. Are you open to that, Capricorn? Because that's what these cards are saying to me. I think you are, that you've gone through this transition. Maybe you're still going through it a little bit, but you'll get there. And that's what this is about. You are perfectly fine being solo. You're good solo. You're good independent. You know, you can take care of yourself. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 8th house, transformation. Instead of, you know, you're going to accomplish more of what you want next in your life by connecting with somebody significant. And that's the, I think, the thing to really look at with setting this intention. Okay. Are you open to that? I think you are. I think you're ready. All right, Aquarius, we have the new moon in Leo, which is your 7th house of relationships, both business and personal. So let's see what we need to know for you about setting an intention for some new connections. Whoop. New connections coming into your world. Let's find out. Aquarius. We have your energy, King of Swords and the Judgment and the Moon. Wow. Okay. All right. We do have your full moon coming up in the middle of August, and I think that's what is going on here. What I feel is to set your intention at this new moon to be open to further information and what is to be revealed to you. There is an important decision coming up in your personal life with the Judgment here. You may not have all the information yet. You may not have all the correct information with the moon here. There may be something else that gets revealed, especially because look at this here with the one eye covered. You may be seeing things from a very singular perspective, and you may not be looking at the bigger picture of what is really going on. And I do feel at your personal full moon in the middle of August, you will be seeing things from a broader perspective. There could be a secret that comes out. There could be some sort of big emotional letting go that is going to help you make a decision to call in new relationships. I feel like this is more like at this new moon, sometimes things go out on a new moon. They don't always just go out on a full moon. Like sometimes things end on new moons. I feel like at this new moon, I think it may be important for you to set an intention that you accept that some things may be changing and ending, and to clear the way, to clear the path for the new things, the new relationships to be brought in. What I'm feeling with this Judgment card in the middle is there's something here for you to accept. You may not have been accepting it with this one-eyed view here. You're going to have the two-eyed view. by the time we get to your full moon, you're going to realize with this Judgment card that something is probably truly well and done and finished. But we know the Judgment card is also seeding the new things to come in. So there is an emotional judgment call here about accepting a situation that you may not have been wanting to accept, because you're going to see by the full moon the full picture of the situation. And that's fine. So I would say at this new moon to set the intention that you will be open to the information coming in from the universe to help you move forward and manifest better relationships in your life. And let's see what that information is that comes out, because it's going to be a little different for everybody. But I do feel there's probably something that's going to be ending, some sort of connection. And it's probably been a connection that has perhaps been not the best anyway, with the moon here. May have been a little, it was karmic. It was definitely, there was some sort of karmic connection with the Judgment here. But the karma is done, and therefore the relationship is going to be over. And it probably had a lot of emotional baggage attached to that relationship. There was a lot of karma you were working out with that particular individual. And that is finished. That's what I'm feeling from these energies. And set the intention that you will release any sort of, karmic contracts that are truly well and finished in order to make space, make room for better and more healthy connections coming into your life, whether these are, personal relationships, business, whatever. But this is your 7th house. So of, relationships. I'm also feeling too, that there may be a judgment call you need to make about, somebody revealing themselves to be an enemy. All right. Because 7th house is also our enemies with this moon, but that may not be coming until August. The actual, the revelation of perhaps some sinister underpinnings of the person's intentions. But you'll know it loud and clear when that happens. So your personal full moon, of course, I'll do a separate video on that for all the signs, but your personal full moon, I think, Aquarius, is going to bring a lot of stuff to light about the people in your life. So just kind of keep that in mind also. All right, Pisces, we have a beautiful new moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. So let's see what you need to know about those energies to generate some new momentum in that area of your life. All right, Pisces, work and well-being, your 6th house. The 9 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands, baby. Okay. So remember that worry is doubt about your worth. You are very worthy to manifest something gorgeous and new in your work and well-being. Something that it can really be foundationally secure for you with this 4 of Pentacles showing up, which is Taurus energy for me, which is your 3rd house of communications. So we have an Ace of Wands here, which is the thumbs up from the universe, all systems go, making some sort of passionate new beginning happen for yourself. And it may have something to do with this 3rd house area of your life. So writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, your daily habits and routines. And Pentacles for me are also about self-esteem. You have what it takes. The 4 of Pentacles here. You have the foundational knowledge, the wherewithal, the intellect, the work ethic. You have what it takes. You are solid, Pisces, in whatever this work and well-being issue is going on. There's either a solid plan afoot, or you have, like I said, you have the solid skills, etc., and so on. This is the issue. This 9 of Swords. And in this deck, this 9 is so interesting because she has all these eyes on her. So you may have been hesitating to go for some sort of new situation in work and well-being because you were afraid of what other people are going to say or how they might judge you. And maybe that's not everybody, but you could just be overthinking, overanalyzing, having nightmares about your situation. 9 of Swords, right? But this is often like we're our own worst enemies with the 9 of Swords. Like our own worry and anxiety makes everything blown out of proportion. But in this deck, I do feel you may be worried about somebody else's judgment about what you want to do. And that's the thing to really take a look at this new moon, and try to shift this energy and realize that you are more than capable of making this foundational change for yourself in manifesting perhaps a new job, Ace of Wands, manifesting a renewed health plan for yourself, that a good plan that's solid and stable and that you're going to stick with it this time, whether it's an exercise routine or an eating plan or, whatever, that you really feel passionately connected to whatever you're trying to do in this work and well-being area of your life. This is the time to go for it in Leo season, and set that intention at this new moon. We've got the Leo energy here with this Ace of Wands. Don't let other people steal your passion for what you want this new beginning to be in your life. So be very careful who you share it with. Again, you want to stay away from this Nine of Swords energy, any of the doubters, the haters, the judgers, all of that. So keep the energy, positive, contained within your own little unit here of who really does support you, who's got your back, the Four of Pentacles, who really, is solid and stable in your life and wants the best for you. And with the Four of Pentacles, I'm also feeling with this Ace of Wands is hold on to your passion and hold on to your dream and start putting the actual action steps behind it with the Ace of Wands here. Know that you are worthy of manifesting this. Okay, you've got what it takes, Pisces. All right, so for some of you, this is the key. For others of you, it's like you got to just kind of reinforce, you're kind of boost yourself up, your own self-esteem, that you got this. You absolutely have it. And you could see some very good news coming in Leo season. It's very possible with this Ace of Wands here. This green light that, you're heading in the right direction. The key is the passion. When we feel passion and we feel joy and we feel very solid in what we want to manifest and create, that's like half the battle, honestly. So if you've got that energy working for you, you can make this happen very quickly. But definitely shift this Nine of Swords energy, Pisces. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Leo astrology and tarot energy reading forecast. If you found the content valuable, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button. It really helps push the video out to more people and benefits my channel, and I would appreciate it. So I love you guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you with these energies, what you're looking forward to manifesting, and stay tuned. More videos are coming. I took a little 2-week hiatus, which I really enjoyed. So lots of interesting things percolating, and it was good to be able to focus on those. So I'll be back, more videos coming. Stay tuned. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.